What is up? Today we are replacing the magnetic struts in a 2014 R8. This is a 15-minute process at best. Step one, you gotta get this wheel well plastic out of there. And it's just a bunch of these little screws. Once that's done, you're gonna have your clip for the strut and then a bolt on top and a bolt on the bottom right here. Whoops. So you got one here. These are 18mm heads. I don't know what, if you use SAE, what that conversion is. I'm not apt to that. I use metric. So that one's easy. 18 socket and a wrench on the other side or whatever you want to do. And then the top one, same thing. Bolt is up here. You can get a wrench on the right side and then a socket on the left. There's plenty of room to do it, and then just pull the bolt out. I pulled out the bolts first, and then the strut dropped down, and then I got the plug out, and then it comes straight out. Now, I mean, that's it. It's not difficult at all. So reason being we're replacing is you'll see all this oil that's leaking down the side and on the bottom compared to the new one here. These are only 20,000 miles. So it's a common issue, I guess. People don't really like to admit it. Audi sure doesn't like to admit it. But these leak. Let's see here. What can I... Yeah, I mean, there's not much. That's pretty much it. You'll notice this is a Spyder, so it actually has a different part number than the coupe. This one ends in AK. The only thing I can think of is possibly the spring rates are a little bit stiffer, or the damping or something, because the Spyder is a heavier vehicle than the coupe. So aside from the leaking, the other issue with these, the left rear strut was actually replaced after 10,000 miles under warranty before I got the car. But you'll see these rubber bushings in here. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but the problem on the rear was that this bushing failed, and you can already see that it's kind of not in the best shape compared to the brand new one. I don't know if anyone makes replacement bushings. There has to be someone or something that works for this. Otherwise, you're stuck paying $2,000 or whatever for a strut just for this bushing if it fails. That's kind of what happened on the back. So at least this way, the left rear is new somewhat, and then the front two are going to be new as of right now. So the first test, obviously, you'll see there should not be all this oil all over the bottom of the strut. If you turn the steering wheel, and look underneath, this thing is going to fall, I swear. Stop it. Alright. You'll see, especially on this side, how bad it is right there. Dang it. Let's just do this. The other thing you're going to notice is the front end will bounce. It'll just be like on a trampoline, or, I mean, any road surface, any bump, you'll hit it and it'll kind of bounce. It'll just keep bouncing. That's extreme version. That's kind of what happened to me, especially on the other side. My other side's worse than this side. But that's another thing. It'll get worse in colder weather. I tried to drive this a couple months ago in winter, and I could not drive the car. It was so uncomfortable. If you have man boobs, they will bounce. What else can I describe it as? I couldn't even keep my foot on the gas pedal. Like, it was bouncing so bad, my foot was bouncing on and off the gas pedal. So it's basically, I mean, the struts are gone, so it's just bouncing on the springs, essentially, is what goes on. So, yeah. So again, I'm really interested in seeing, you can't buy these bushings separately from the strut unless there's some aftermarket source for poly bushings even, because, I mean, these rubber ones, that's just crazy. After 20,000 miles, they're already, You can kind of see them getting oblong or squished down on the top. There's got to be some kind of replacement for those. So that's it. I mean, very easy. 2 bolts, comes out 15 minutes aside, and like I said, the struts are... I spent 4 months looking for struts for the best pricing, the best supplier, and ultimately the dealer with our discount locally was the best option. They were like $1,700 a piece. List, I think, is $2,100. And yeah, I mean, nobody could get a better price anywhere. I know you can get them on Alibaba or something, or like a Chinese site, but I wouldn't trust the quality of those because I doubt they're genuine. So I'll do the other side and kind of do another video in case there's anything different over there. But there's no videos on this specifically on YouTube or the internet that I found. So hopefully this will give you guys some help if you want to do it yourself. Again, remember the struts are different. If you have a coupe, Spyder, 09, 010, 11, there's some alternate part numbers for all those. So if you're interested, I'll post that. That's it for now. We'll get this buttoned up and do the other side.